It's Tim Albright with AVNation with the road to InfoComm. InfoComm 2025 happens the 11th through the 13th of June in Orlando. And with us to talk about Jetbuilt is my buddy, Mr. Paul Dexter. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me, Tim. As usual, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure, always. You guys have got some really interesting things. You've released a couple of AI tools. So this time around, we will find you in 4369. Paul, what else will we find in the Jetbuilt booth?
Really, our big push at InfoComm is this Jetbot service desk. So It's true we did show it at ISE, but we haven't shown it to the fine folks that go to InfoComm, which is our favorite show of the year. I say that to all shows. And but no, this Jetbot service desk. Well, of course, I do want to talk about something else, but I just want to hit this real quick. This is kind of a big thing for us, and mostly because for the last couple of shows that we've shown this at ISE and CEDIA and then a CA thing and various events, it has just been winning these awards because of just the amount of power that it brings. And it's fun because when I talked to you about this going into ISE, it was great. This was a great tool. We're excited to show it. But now we've been seeing this power come back and having really won the hearts and minds of people who have looked at this, the press, of course the users that are using it every day, just the ability for it to solve service problems directly with clients without any basically extending a service desk. So it's an AI driven service desk that answers a call. When you scan a code, maybe it's a TV that went out, you scan a QR code. I'm a user on a Tuesday night, it's 2 a.m, and I need to get this thing working, and this will handle that service case, knowing everything about that project. It knows there's an HDMI extender on the back, and it asks you if that thing's plugged in, and there's a Cat6 cable plugged in. Well, what's a Cat6 cable look like? Well, it looks like maybe an Ethernet cable you're used to seeing, and it looks like this. Oh, yeah, that's plugged in. Well, now go to the server room. There's going to be a box labeled such and such, such and such. The point is it traces this problem because it knows everything about the project because it's part of Jetbuilt, and it solves these problems without any assistance, but can also help your technician solve the problem if it winds up escalating to an actual human. It can also book a van to get out there and have a human solve this problem. That can be done again at 2 a.m. So basically it replaces or accentuates a service desk, but you're still going to wind up maybe sending a technician out if it can't resolve the problem on its own. So that's a big thing that we're showing. We've got a nice little demo of it. People can come and try, and they can unplug things and watch it fix it.
I want to hit on something you said there, though. It's customers that are using it every single day. This is already out in the field. Folks are already leveraging this and using this on a daily basis.
Yes, this launched, I believe, for mass consumption around January, February. So it's still very new, but we've never shown it at ISE. So it's still a very new product that people are just starting to get the message and use. And so it's our big kind of message going into InfoComm.
All right. Besides the Jetbot, what else will we see in the booth?
So Radar is another exciting thing. So we launched a campaign a few months ago this launch list. We've never really put a list of features that the user community has requested as a public list saying, here are the things we're going to build over the next few months. And we did that a few months back. And so there's 100 features, some of them very tiny, some of them really large. And but this was a list taken from the last 12 months of trade shows. It was taken from our user summit we do every year with a collection of users of ours. This last one was in Boston last fall, as well as through our support every day. And they request various things. So we took the most highly rated requests, the most commonly related requests, and we put that on a public list. But the biggest thing that we're launching, which will launch, I believe, next week, but for sure right before InfoComm, and that is this thing called Radar. It's a brand new page within Jetbuilt, and it's kind of like called Radar Everything Everywhere. And what that means is if I'm a manager of an integration company, in one place I can see a timeline of everything that has happened. Cindy built a new project for this client. That client just signed a contract for a project. This other client may have just paid a deposit for this contract. This project may have just entered engineering. This project may have hit my desk as a needs manager approval before it can be presented to a client. And that's kind of locked down as an option optional feature. This client asked a question, whether it's through the client portal, which is a product of Jetbuilt, or through an email, because it syncs up the emails to your clients. It's basically everything that's happened in your operation is all here in one place. And of course, specific to you. So things that you have permissions to see, projects you have permissions to see, office locations if you're a multi-office larger integrator, offices you're allowed to see. And it'll everything that's happening in Jetbuilt. This proposal was just sent off. There's dozens and dozens of various things, and you see them all here. But more than that, you can reply to them. An installer just said, I can't hang the TV on that wall because there's a big window in the middle of that wall. What should I do? As this manager, I don't have to dig into that actual project. I can now answer the thing saying, okay, I'm giving this to Cindy. She's going to solve this for you, and so forth. So Radar is an amazing tool. It's a combination of a big notifications page, and maybe like a lot of us are used to Slack. It's a big Slack stream. It's a combination of all of that for Jetbuilt, and you can see everything everywhere. We took the all at once off because that's a copyright infringement.
Yeah, I got you. 4369, Paul, is where we'll find you, is where we'll find Jetbuilt. Not everybody's going to InfoComm, so if they're not going and they want to follow along with everything that Jetbuilt is talking about that week, how do we do that?
Jetbuilt.com, Jetbuilt.com. They can find everything they need all right there.
All right, very good. Paul Dexter from Jetbuilt. We'll find him at InfoComm. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. And follow along as we also head to Orlando the 11th through the 13th of June for InfoComm 2025. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.